Okay. I want to tell you something about what's going on in the country. 5 years ago, almost 5 years, the present rulers came to power. When they came to power, actually, they had no faith in our constitution. They pretended to have faith in the constitution. And they are supposed to take an oath of the constitution, but what they are doing today is exactly opposite to all that our constitution says. In fact, what is at stake today? We have a general election. People talk of different policies, different subjects and all. But the main theme of this election is to see, get power somehow or the other, and once they come to power, then they see how they can change the constitution. What is at stake is a constitution. Our constitution is being snatched away by the present rulers. This is the threat that we have. And actually, well, I want to tell you, if you see our basic features of the constitution, now what they did was, the first thing they did, I will tell you, 2014 after the election, Modi had never spoken about changing the constitution in any of the election speeches. Even today, he doesn't take a word of changing the constitution. But I will tell you that what they have in their mind is to change the constitution. What they want to change the constitution. In fact, I can tell you, RSS has already drafted the constitution some years ago. Some of us had debates on that. We had some 10-15 years ago. I remember having taken part in such meetings where we had discussions openly saying how that constitution is exactly opposite to our secular constitution. So, without speaking a word about it in any of the election meetings, the first thing in 2014, when they came to power, what they brought was NJAC, that is Judicial Appointment Commission. They wanted to change the judicial appointments. They brought a law, NJAC, and that was what nobody expected. They were not even talked about it. Why did they do that? Because they wanted a Judicial Appointment Commission. Once they get a Judicial Appointment Commission, they could appoint judges of their choice. Ordinarily, of course, all over the world, judges are not appointed by the judges themselves. In fact, when collegium came into existence in the Supreme Court some years ago, we have condemned that. I have condemned it. Justice Krishna has condemned it. Because how can judges appoint judges themselves? But when NJAC came, for once we realized the danger that we have, because we are unable to have an independent commission for the purpose of appointment of judges. And then the appointment of judges would go to the hands of the government, of the court. That is the danger that we realize. And NJAC was thought of. Why NJAC was thought of? Because we have an important case years ago decided by the Supreme Court known as Keshavananda Bharati case. And under Keshavananda Bharati case, it has been laid down that whatever you may change, you cannot change the basic features of the Constitution. And therefore, they want to bring a law which will ruin our basic features of the Constitution. How to do that? That Keshavananda Bharati case has to be overruled. That is the case decided by 11 judges. And therefore, that has to be overruled by somehow or the other. So they wanted judges in the Supreme Court of their choice. That effort is still going on. Fortunately, Supreme Court did not approve of that law, stuck down. That was saving thing. In fact, although we were all opposed to collegium, we realized the danger is NDAC. And therefore, what we did was we welcomed that. But of course, still is not given up. They are still trying to do something together. So now, see, there is a concerted effort to see that judges of their choice are brought in different levels and different courts, and in course of time, they want to see that whole complexion of the Supreme Court changes. That is the thing. And once that is done, then they can bring their constitution. And if that constitution is brought, you do not know, it is non-secular constitution. The minorities will have no right whatsoever. That is now spelled out openly by demanding that Article 35A and Article 370 should be scratched off. They don't understand the consequence of that. If Article 370 and Article 35A are scratched off, Kashmiris can say, we have nothing to do with India. If they say, and somebody will say, we'll have our own Prime Minister, we are our own government, and it's a separate country altogether, which means Pakistan will support. And in that event, the scrapping of Article 35A and Article 370 will result in a war. So actually, I can't understand the logic of these things, but this is a kind of approach. They want to see, by use of force, someday or the other, we will come back to power. And it is in that context when I was invited for this program, and I read the headline, Dismantling Rights through Systematic Policy Dilution. Every time, everything. Today, when we want to speak outside, we think twice. Because why? Because we do not know. We have freedom of speech, but there is no freedom after speech. This is what happened in this country. And people are being terrorized, all those things are happening. See, you know how some of the activist students, for example, like Kannan Kumar and others, and charged because still make use of the sedition law. Sedition law has to go. That is, we have always been demanding. Even I still remember when that Human Rights Commission came to be established. At that time also we had tried to scrap off sedition law, but still that continued. And now, of course, they are misusing that. Very easy. If you speak anything, you are speaking against, you are a Deshatrohi, and all that, of course, you are captain. It's a kind of, so there is, you see, actually, you feel, I myself can tell you, formally I've been invited, not that I should be invited, I've been invited for many meetings here and there. Today the meetings have become less. There's hardly any meeting anywhere. Nobody is sure what is going to happen. You organize a meeting, raising your voice, saying something which is going on is fundamentally wrong. You are charged with something. You are charged with, you are not a patriot. You are arrested. You are kept inside. These are kind of things that are going on in this country. And therefore, it is necessary, people should know what we are going through. People should understand what kind of law is being brought. And it's in that exercise, I compliment my friends here for bringing this book, and I'm happy to release this book. Thank you.